I'm going to tie Kevin Compton's Tungsten Torpedo, or at least my version of it. And I've started off with a size 14 nymph hook in the vise and 3/32 tungsten bead, and that is in a gold. And the first thing I'm going to do is add some thread. So the body of this thread is going to be made up of an 8/0, and this is an olive dun. And so I'm just going to get that started behind the bead and work it down to about, this is a barbless hook, but down where the barb would be, and then I can tie in my first piece of material. And I'm going to use grizzly hackle for my tail. And so I'm just going to take one of the longer, wider portions of my grizzly hackle, and I'll take off maybe 4 to 6 fibers, and I'll just hold this down at about a hook shank in length. And I'm going to tie that in on top, and then I can come back through and trim the excess. This also has a rib to it, and I'm going to use a really fine gold rib. And I'm just going to do the same. Set that on top and tie it in. And the final material is going to be the other half to the rib, and I'm just going to use a 6/0 black thread. So I'll just tie that in as well and run that down. I'm not going to put much of a taper in this pattern. I want it to be really slim, but the one thing I do want to do is try to cover up all that extra material that I tied in. So both the wire and the black thread, and I'm just going to smooth it out. And now I can bring my ribbing through, and so the first of which is going to be the black 6/0, and I just want real even wraps with this. And when I get to the top, I can tie it off, and I'll trim the excess. And then I'll come back through with my wire, and I'm going to bring it on the tail side of the black rib. So just wrap that all the way through, and then I'll tie it off as well. And then I can take my ice dub, and this is a peacock, and let's take a very small amount and put in just a very thin collar to this. And then whip finish. And trim the excess. And and I'll pull out any of the long strands here. And that's it. Pretty simple, small pattern, sinks like a stone, and just produces. And that is Kevin Compton's Tungsten Torpedo, or at least my version of it.